Assalamualaikum and welcome to our video. We from Group 5 are going to present you a topic on how to biohack your cells to fight cancer. This topic is under Introduction to Biotechnology and was provided by me, Nurul Ainina Huda binti Ramlan, 23 DBT 21F1042. Next is Alia Akila binti Nur Izzi, 23 DBT 21F1028. And next is Nur Balkis Patricia binti Muhammad, 23 DBT 21F1027. And lastly, Kamalat Kalyani Apu, 23 DBT 21F1036. This is us as the representer. Okay, first we have a bit of introduction on biohacks. So, biohacking can be described as citizen or do-it-yourself biology. For many biohackers, this consists of making small incremental diet or lifestyle changes to make small improvements in your health and well-being. Biohacks promise anything from quick weight loss to enhanced brain function. But the best biohacking results come from being well-informed and cautious about what works for your body. For the next presentation, will be continued by Balkis Badrisha.
Okay, thank you, Ainina Huda. Next, I will continue with what is biohacking. Grounding to some biohacking refer to be used biology with the mindset of a hacker. There no single established definition of the term yet. There's are a few other definitions that grounding be used. First, it the symbiosis between your body and technology. Second, optimize your body to be used of biology and technology. Third is creating any environment for optimum performance. And lastly is biohacking is messing around with your body. Biohacker is done after the stem cell with bioping, transhumanism, and techno-provisions. Some biohackers are also mostly focused on improving their performance, whether it be physically or at work. Biohacking is about optimizing your life and your body through the use of technology, biology, holistic research, and personal experiment. Okay, what is the CAR T cell therapy? Chimeric antigen receptor is about CAR. T cell therapy is a kind of cancer treatment that use cells from your own immune system. Doctors take a type of white blood cell from your body and genetically change the cell in the lab so they can be find your cancer. Then the million of these target seeking cells are put back in your body. The treatment is fairly new, so the doctor do not know how will it work or how long it lasts. The price is also quite high, and some insurance companies have not figured out how to pay for it. CAR-T is improved to treat acute periodic leukemia (ALL) in the kids and young adults, and creatine type of other non-Hodgkin lymphoma. Doctors are testing it for other types of blood cancer in the clinical trials. Okay, what do we learn from this video? For this video, we learned that the human body is made up of about 30 trillion cells that carrying a code which has been duplicated over and over for the billions of years, with a variety degrees of accuracy. So what happens when the system breaks down and the machinery turns on itself? leading to the cancer. Great dive into the science of how biologists are biohacking the human body to try to fit the seamless unfeasible. Okay, next I will pass the presentation to the Kamala.
Mechanism of CAR T cell therapy. Mechanism of CAR T cell therapy. The new band of biologists step into the synthetic biologists. The biohackers are mashing up science, medicine, and engineering to rewrite the code and fix the unfixable. Biohackers are going into a patient's genetic code and reprogramming their own immune system to recognize cancer cells and destroy them. It is called CAR T cell therapy. Plus, human blood cells plays an important role in human immune system. There are two types of gut. First is T cells. T cells checks those antigen IDS using special cross receptors that lock with a particular antigen. If they find a match, they attach and they release toxic chemicals that burst open the invading cell membrane. Second is B cells. B cells create antibodies, loads of small proteins, little claws that latch perfectly onto a particular antigen, marking them for destruction. The usual way to deal with cancer is to try to cut the tumor out or turn the radiotherapy and block the growth of cancer cells.
Okay, thank you Kamala. So, why did biohack is not being used currently as a cancer treatment? Let us figure it out. Okay, the first reason about why is this technology is not currently being used as a cancer treatment is the financial cost. Making an advanced machine that function well requires a lot of money to do, since we do not want a low quality product to actually enter our body and make a changes in it. A high quality machine requires a lot of component, a part of it, and some of the components are not being sold with an affordable price in the market. The next reason upon why this technology is not currently being used is biohacking cell therapy are not being used as to extract the DNA from the patients and tries to code it by changing the DNA sequence to construct the immune and to fight with the cancer cells need a long period of time. It is possible that the cancer have fully taken over the whole body before the whole extracting process is done. The effect that can lead by this situation might be fatality to the patient. The readiness to take any risk occur while doing the process can be counted as well as one of many reasons why this technology is not currently being used as a cancer treatment. We cannot deny that when we use the technology, there must be a certain things from it that might leading harm to the person who use it, or precisely to the DNA sequences inside the body. It is because we cannot particularly be sure that all the machines created are perfect and works. There has to be an error which can turn the machine to be hazardous, or how well the machine performs when it reacts with the chemical substance that is provided in our body. And the last reason regarding to this matter is there are not many of the researchers out there that are well capability in this field. This situation making it so hard to plan and construct as the idea scope about the project that has been generated is not coming from the various resources, and there are no varieties of way upon how the mission works. Next, I will pass this presentation to Ainina Huda.
Thank you, Alia. And now, let's see what obstacles are this technology facing. Okay, now let's take a look at the first obstacle, that is regaining back the trust. During these years, Many of the technical issues such as cyber attacks, misleading information, and also political issues making the buyers have a trust issues to use this technology. Second, when something happens such as delay or the products are non-successful, the machines are often get blamed. Knowing that this biohacking technology is something that have to be put inside the body, people are often seek for another way to treat the cancer. And this problem makes the machine that have been constructed, lack of people wants to buy and use it. The last one is copycat or deepfake items. When some machines are being sold successfully, there must be a copycat somewhere that wants to copy back the same machine and try to sell it. Once man said, it is not going to take a long time for someone to replicate back the items. There is a probability that people are going to buy a machine that is low quality and cannot help them with their cancer illness. Thus, making things much worse is not only with the cancer cells being untreated, but the person lost the money as well. For the next presentation, I will pass to Kamala Kalyani.
Examples that CAR T cell therapy works. The first example is T-cell Kymria. Kymria is a chimeric antigen receptor T-cell therapy that is approved in the US for the treatment of pediatric and young adult patients with B-cell precursor acute lymphoblastic leukemia. For the treatment of pediatric and young adult patients aged in between 3 to 25 years with B-cell precursor acute lymphoblastic leukemia that is refractory or in second or later relapse. Adult patients with relapsed or refractory large B-cell lymphoma after 2 or more lines of systemic therapy including diffuse large B-cell lymphoma DLBCL, not otherwise specified, high-grade B-cell lymphoma and DLBCL arising from follicular lymphoma. The second example is acecaptogene silolycal Yescarta, an autologous gene-edited chimeric antigen receptor T-cell therapy that targets CD19 on the surface of cancer cells. Acecaptogene silolycal is not indicated for the treatment of patients with primary central nervous system lymphoma. Treatment of adult patients with relapsed or refractory large B-cell lymphoma after 2 or more lines of systemic therapy including diffuse large B-cell lymphoma DLBCL, not otherwise specified, primary mediastinal large B-cell lymphoma, high-grade B-cell lymphoma and DLBCL arising from follicular lymph.
Well, thank you to Kamala. So we have reached to our conclusion part for today's presentation, which is biohacking is not really a thing. It is nothing more than a rebranding of the usual self-help pseudoscience. Self-help products typically packaged with a little bit of basic common sense with massively overhyped claims for some nutritional tweak and a generous helping of pure pseudoscience or mysticism justified with some hand-waving and heavily branded ideology. Often self-help brands are marketed with claims that they are based in science, but the science is always terrible. Either it is preclinical, irrelevant, or poorly designed in-house studies that will show whatever you want. Sometimes it is just looking stuff up on the internet. And that is all from us. Thank you.